Today we are on the Aetherdraft draft grift, hoping for some gifts from the Aetherdraft draft gods when we open our packs. You get the gist. We have to be quiet today because Orion, it's quite late here and Orion is just over here off screen and he's asleep, so I'm going to try not to wake him up. So let's hope for a nice level draft and hopefully nothing too tilting happens so that I don't have to exclaim. Nothing too exciting today. Okay, let's see what we have got. So the rare in our pack is Count on Luck. This is not a card that I would first pick. Glory Heath Lynx is pretty excellent. Do you know what? I don't need to be super quiet. I can talk normally. I'm being weird. Yeah, I'll talk normally. Orion is fine. Anyway, nothing else. So a pretty weak pack. Like, Trip Up is okay. Scurryfoot is okay. I think I'm going to take the Glory Heath Lynx here as best card in the pack. And yeah, we're just going to move on with that. All right. There is a Samet in this pack. This card is very, very strong. And it does work in the Glory Heath Lynx deck. There's also a Nesting Bot, which is fantastic, especially in a Samet deck. Rocketeer Boost Buggy is great. Gastel Raider is okay. And, you know, nothing else that interesting. Velo Heart Bike in this pack is notable, but I'm going to take the Samet here. And if we can splash either green or red, probably red, we'll see, with a Glory Heath Lynx deck, then we're going to feel pretty good about that. So Cloudspire Captain goes really well in this deck. Silken Strength also good. There's also a spin out in this pack. Best card in the pack is spin out. So maybe the discipline thing to do is just to take the spin out, but I do think, you know, this is a rare and two, I would say, signpost uncommons for a mount deck. So I am in to take the Cloudspire Captain over the spin out. Now there's a Venom Sack Lagak, which is great. Night Market for the fixing, which is nice. Cloudspire Coordinator, 2 mana 3/1, and makes a bunch of 1/1s. I mean, that is actually good with Samet. And I mean, I also think Fanguardian is very good as well. Would I rather have the Coordinator or the Fanguardian? I would rather build green-white and splash the red. Being based in green helps you splash. So I think the Fanguardian is the take here. Because I think it's probably the best card in the pack. Now we could take Canyon Volta. It's so good with a Lynx. And I think it is, in that scenario, a little bit better than Stampeding Scurryfoot in the deck that we're building. Definitely, this card is pretty great. Collision Course, also a card that I do want. So I'm going to take the Canyon Volta here. But what we're looking for is definitely looking for good removal. There's a Beast Rider Vanguard, which is okay. But honestly, I like Point the Way. It fixes. It ramps you, and even in an aggressive sort of mounts deck, we are looking for ways to spend our mana because these games are going to go grindy anyway. So this starts our engines as well for Samet, so I'm definitely in for a little Point the Way action. Now, there's a Leonin Surveyor, which is great. Starts our engines, which is good for Samet. It has First Strike, which is also very good with like Fanguardian, good with Samet. There's also a Silken Strength, which I'm very tempted by, but again, I think Leonin Surveyor, in a vacuum, I think Silken Strength is better. In this deck, I think Leonin Surveyor is better. I do like Light Wheel enhancements, but a good aggressive 2-drop is probably preferable. Preferable in this spot. Now, I very much like Daring Mechanic. It's such a good mana sink. I think I prefer it to Bestow Greatness. I do like Light Wheel enhancements a hell of a lot. I like it a hell of a lot, but I'm going to try the Daring Mechanic here, and I guess I'm going to ask the question, would I have preferred a light wheel enhancement? But definitely going to try out the daring mechanic. Now, we're probably supposed to take catalyzer or pedal to the metal. None of these cards are good in the green-white shell that we want to build. Maybe I'll take a raceway. I'm not super keen on the raceway, but we might give it a go. So we could take Broadcast Rambler, which is decent, another Leonin Surveyor, a Beast Rider Vanguard. Gonna take the Veloheart bike for the fixing potential, and I'm not going to be unhappy about it. Gonna take a Silken Strength here, and I do think Silken Strength is a pretty good card. Is it interaction? Sort of, not really. So a good creature base. Brightfield Glider is the kind of card this deck wants. Our Cloudspire mechanic is going to buff it. I don't like Brightfield Mustang. I will say, this card I'm not super impressed with. Light Shield Parry, I guess we could take. We can take it. Because it has cycling, it is totally playable. Achik, I really wanted to open this card for a while. I have really wanted to open this card for a while. We're not going to play it. It's double off color. And there is other cards that we can take. So yeah, we are going to leave the Achik behind. Roadside Assistance is not bad. I think Collision Course is probably just better. I think this is better than the Ooze Patrol and the Leonin Surveyor in the deck that we are building. There's a Broken Wings as well, but I think Collision Course probably has a little bit more value to me at the moment. So there's a Glider in this pack. There's no way I'm taking Glider over just a Scurryfoot. There's also a Rocketeer Boost Buggy, but again, I think I want to try and keep red as a splash. So I'm going to take the Scurryfoot here. I'm perfectly happy with a Scurryfoot. I mean, it does look like if we'd have been on red-green, we'd have 2 Boost Buggies and a Boom Scholar, but I don't mind where we are. I really don't. So I'm going to take the Legat here. We could take the Walking Sarcophagus, but I'm going to take the Legat here. Always like having one of these cards. So Tune-Up currently not returning anything. There's a Collision Course, but we could take Earth Rumbler simply as another top-end finisher. We'll get cards in our graveyard naturally. I can see that being right. I kind of see this as just a big dumb creature. Like, green has a bunch of big dumb creatures. This is something to do. It does also, for what it's worth, like, it gets buffed by the Cloudspire Captain and stuff. If it weren't for the Earth Rumbler, I think I'd take the Collision Course, but yeah, happy with Earth Rumbler right now. So we could take our first Broken Wings here. Or we could take our second Veloheart bike. I'm going to take the bike. I would definitely consider taking Light Wheel Enhancement as well. But we have a few good 1-drops. In fact, all of these 1-drops we're pretty happy to play on turn 1. And I think being able to play the Samet is going to be a pretty good game. Plus, Samet can make the bike pretty good. It being a 4-2. Oh no, this doesn't give anything keywords. Ignore me. Never mind. So, red-white land here over a Scurryfoot. I do like the Scurryfoot a lot. And being able to hold up Scurryfoot or Fanguardian is great, but I'm going to take the Windscarred Crag. I think we're doing pretty well on playables, and I want to be able to play this Samet without it being too much of a problem. With 2 Veloheart bikes, I don't think I want this Wild Roads. I think we do really want to curve out with this deck. We could take Starting Column as another piece of fixing, but I'm also not likely to play the Spot Cycle Scouter. But I will take it here. I'm going to put it in the sideboard. I'll take Daring Mechanic here. And I am skeptical about whether we're going to play it. So, Roadside Assistance, honestly not bad. especially like with 2 Veloheart bikes, would I rather just have a Broken Wings? I think I probably would. So if any of these, we will play the camera launcher if we're desperate. But we're not even at the end of pack 3 here. And we have got 19 cards. There's a tune-up. That returning a Veloheart bike or an Earth Rumbler is pretty good. So this is a card that we might play. Another Daring Mechanic. I'm not sure if we're going to play 3. We don't need, you only really need 1. And Brightfield Mustang, I'm not going to take either. Okay. So we have a deck. You can see it. It's right here. What we could do with is a little bit more interaction. We are actually doing okay on creatures. Wouldn't mind finding a few more ways to start our engines. I think the pick out of this pack is... It might just be the Legak over Brightfield Glider, which I'm not that keen. I don't think Brightfield Glider is that good, but Legak is good defensive, and it's actually pretty good for offensively enabling some speed stuff. So I think there's some powerful cards in this pack, but I think Legak is best for us. We have Point the Way, Leonin Surveyor, and Samet to start our engines. So, oh, there's a Chandra. I mean, that, unfortunately, this is very splashable. Unfortunately for our opponents. This is also worth the red splash. I think, I mean, a 4 mana makes a 3/2. Sack an artifact, discard a card, draw a card. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chandra.
See you at the finish line, chump.
We're going to splash that too. Now, so removal, we would take. More ways to start our engines, we would take. Going to take the Sunbillow Verge here. Another Earth Rumbler versus a Night Market or a Pride of the Road. Now, I do think Earth Rumbler is pretty fantastic, but we have a few decent bombs on the top end here. I think I'm going to take the Night Market because I think we've got a good amount of playables here. There's a Veteran Beast Rider. That's incredible. Incredible pickup right here. So we'll take that. And that puts us on 23 cards. So this is our deck. Unswerving Sloth, also fantastic. I'm going to take the Ride's End here, though. Going to just take the Ride's End, cut the Light Shield parry. And there's a Ranger's Ether Hive, another Scurryfoot, or a Walking Sarcophagus just to get our engine started a little earlier. I think the Scurryfoot is considerably better. I think it's probably better than the Brightfield Glider, so we'll make that cut there. And now we did actually manage to open a Sloth. So I think I'm going to cut this tune up, bring in the Sloth, and I love where we are at. I love where we're at. We have 3 artifacts. Godlight Sin just never makes the cut. We're not going to play another Daring Mechanic either, but really, all we need is interaction. We're not going to play the Quick Welder. I'm not sure about second copy of Broken Wings. We might play the Light Wheel Enhancements. We have a good amount of fixing, actually, and our lands look good. So maybe we play this over Point the Way. Only maybe. Lotus Guard Disciple is a good card, too. I'm pretty happy to have a Lotus Guard Disciple. Pace out to Paragon's pretty good, but still, I think we have our deck. We have got our deck. It's come together pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with this. Maybe just a tiny bit light on interaction, but hey, you can't have it all. And it's honestly not bad, and we're going to be more aggressive anyway. So we have got Ride's End, 1 Broken Wings, Silken Strength, Collision Course. That's kind of all of our interaction. I guess we have Fan Guardian as well. Yeah, you know, I like where we're at. I think it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy to build this. The curve is great. The 5 drops are both fantastic. 5/5 indestructible. Just swinging in every turn is so good. Samet is super good. Earth Rumbler's great. All of the 4+ mana value cards are pretty fantastic. The cut could be a daring mechanic. And the second cut, probably another daring mechanic. To be honest. Because we have got Scurryfoot as a 4-drop activation as well. Like, we have mana sinks. I think we're trimming 1. Maybe it's the Velo Heartbike that gets cut, though. How many creatures have we got? 14 right now. Not super sure about Light Wheel Enhancements. It's pretty good on a flyer. It's pretty good whacking it on, like, I mean, any creature. And it does start our engines early. Like, if we go turn 1 Scurryfoot, turn 2 Light Wheel Enhancements, start our engines, and then get up to 2 speed, that is good. The only speed payoff we have is Samet. Leonin Surveyor is kind of a speed payoff, but that really is it. I guess Light Wheel Enhancements itself is somewhat of a payoff. I wouldn't really consider these payoffs, though. I would consider these, like, they're nice. If you get max speed, they're kind of nice, but they're not really an incentive to push for it. But Samet is strong enough. You don't even need max speed with Samet. That's the thing. Like, getting max speed in this deck is not going to be the priority. Having, like, 2, 3 points of speed is absolutely good enough. What we want to do is go wide. No ways to trample, other than Earth Rambler. No ways to sort of trample over. No ways to give the swerve, the unswerving Sloth Trample. But how do our lands look? So right now, because what I'm trying to figure out is if we need 2 Velo Heartbite. So we have got 5, 6, 7, 8 white sources, 7, 8 green sources, and 3 red sources. Add the Velo Heartbite to the mix. I think we can cut 1 Velo Heartbite. And I'm not sure I want to play the Raceway. I think in a 3-color deck like this, it's just more of a liability than it is worth. So this way we are playing 4 lands that can produce red. Oh, Orion might be upset with me for talking too much. He's sloping out of the room. 4 lands that can produce red. 1 Velo Heartbite. I think that can get us there. And we do have the point away as well. So I think the fixing is good. The fixing is good like this. Yeah. We're sort of a little bit light on removal. We're going to have to use the Silken Strength and the Fan Guardian to good effect. Our creature curve is great. Like, our 2-drops look good. Our 3-drops look good. Chandra does make a creature, so that counts Earth Rumbler basically as a creature. Yeah, this deck seems pretty solid, very balanced. We have got a Ride's End, which I'm really happy about. Card advantage is the only concern. We don't have many ways to draw cards, but the goal of this deck is going to be to curve out. We have mana sinks in the Beast Rider. No ways to protect our creatures, but I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources, 7, 8 green sources. I think I would rather have more green sources. Yeah, we have 8 green sources, and then we have the 4. Yeah, so I think I want to go up a forest and down a plains. We do have double white that we need the plains for, but that is 1 card, and getting our green online is more important. Because our fixing is in green. So this gives us 9 green sources from lands. 5, 6, 7, 8 for white sources from lands and 4 red sources from lands, plus point away Veloheart Bike. I think this works. Let's give this a run. Okay. Well, awkward hand. Not very good. But we'll keep it. Not a bad card to draw, just a 3-drop play. Paladin. And there's a Scurryfoot. We'll play the Canyon Volta, and we will block the Colladin. But not too scared of Colladin, to be honest. Okay, nice. The opponent is blocked. We could play the 2-2. We could also just hold up Ride's End, though. Although, playing Ride's End would deal 4 damage to us. So... yeah, let's just play the Canyon Volta. Gain a bit of life, do a bit of damage. This is fine. They hit us back for 5. But then we can, we have Ride's End open. Boommobile dealing 1 damage to the Canyon Volta, I guess. We can Ride's End the Boommobile too. And the Sloth, when it does come down, can stabilize this board fairly well. I do think we're supposed to just chump here. Like, that is a good draw. That is a good draw from them. Still, am I supposed to Ride's End this? I believe I am, right? Just leaves them with quite a big adrenaline jockey. Okay. Taking 6 this turn. Playing the Scurryfoot. Brightfield Mustang is the follow-up. It's the best I've ever seen Colladin be. 8, 9, 10, taking 10 here. And then on the next turn we get the 5, 5 down. Yeah, okay. Taking 10. Like I say, best I've ever seen Colladin be. Another Mustang. Damn. This is pretty impressive. But we had a slow hand and they had a very aggressive hand. We are taking 6 here. Veloheart Bike loses. Okay, on to the next one. Obviously, we got spanked in that last game, but the opponent did open with a rare and then play an uncommon exhaust payoff and then play a rare exhaust card and exhaust it in that turn. And then they did play a couple of bad cards, but cannot expect to go up against that every time. Like that was a pretty strong deck with a very, very good opening. So we'll play the Scurryfoot out here so that we can attack in with it next turn once the Surveyor comes down and starts our engines. This is a pretty excellent way to start. Gibberic Omnivore. And pretty upset if I miss my land drop here, but is what it is. Like to see the opponent cycling, it's a good sign. And we did miss our land drop. That's pretty annoying. Not going to collision course this thing. I'm just going to attack in. Will they trade with the Cloudspire Captain? Am I okay with that trade? I am, because they're struggling on mana, so I think trading this is fine. Okay, they found their land. We draw a Lagak. Yep, there's the Ride's End. I feel like if I draw land, we're in a fantastic spot. Cycle the Detention Chariot. We're both struggling for land. At least we're even in that sense. They are going to cycle again. And we draw land. That's very good. This is 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. So the extra point of damage isn't going to make a difference here. So we're just going to pass. They're going to play a Spectacular Pileup. Okay, sweet. I mean, that's really good for them. That is a fantastic play. We're going to draw a card. And we have nothing we can do. I mean, Earth Rumbler is going to be good when it does come down. But that was kind of exactly what they needed. Broken Wings. Okay, I guess we're just doing that. We're going to wait for them to saddle. And then we are going to destroy the Lagorin before it starts growing their whole team. Probably going to collision course the Broadcast Rambler. If we get the chance. Which, if we draw land, we're in a fine spot. Oh, can't do it. Just can't do it. Okay, well, I guess this is our play. Taking a bit of damage, but 3/3 flyer will be coming through. Fang Druid Summoner. If this game slips away from us, I'll be pretty annoyed. Finding an Omnivore is fine. Second Lagorin. Yep, taking my beats. Oh, man. How utterly, utterly sad. Okay. Do I collision course the Lagorin here? Puts a counter, makes this a 4/4. Yeah, Lagoran's going to make this a 4/4 and trade with the Lotus Guard Disciple. And then I'm not going to be able to block the 4/4 at all. Versus Collision Course the 5/4. Leave them with a 4/4. The fact that I can't do both is pretty saddening. Take 3 in the air. Okay, yeah, I have to go after the Lagoran here. And then we don't have an attack. Sucks to be losing this way, but we could not play around Spectacular Pileup, especially because we were screwed on mana. We had to be as mana efficient as possible. And we had a just lethal threat on the board. Well, this is pretty brutal. I don't think there's any way we can survive the turn. We just can't beat our opponents spilling everything out. This doesn't have reach, does it? Yeah. Okay. That's a sad one to lose. Pretty brutal. Okay, we are doing this in hard mode. We lead on the night market. It's a slow hand. It's not a good hand, but we will keep it. Very nice open from our opponent. So we're going to play this on white. Canyon Volta, I mean, it's something we can play. Also makes Velo Heartbike a half-decent attacker as well, so not unhappy about that. Velo Heartbike and Veteran Beast Rider are pretty great because this does untap. And then you make mana, I believe. Okay, so we're up against Simic Exhaust. We can take one. Windscarred Crag. Well, we don't need to worry about that. Because all of our hand is 3 drops. So we'll just play the Velo Heartbite. Back up to 20. No attacks, and the next turn this can start swinging in. We can play the Cloud Spire Captain. This can start swinging in as a 5/3 flyer, which is very nice. I like that a lot. And we can race because on a future turn, we can give it lifelink. So yeah, we're doing fine. Doing fine. If our opponent plays like a Refueler or an Ether Hive, then we've got a removal spell in hand. Again, we are fine to do this because we have the tools in hand to race pretty effectively. So we can take 4 here, no sweat. And it's a Scurryfoot on the draw. So we could take the lifelink now, but I don't really think there's any reason to. Yeah, let's play out the Cloud Spire Captain. It blocks the 2/2 just as well. And next turn, we have got options. If we want to, we can drop a 3-drop and collision course something. If we want to, we can Scurry Foot and exhaust it. Be nice to get the Beast Rider down and play a little bit of defense, but also Lotus Guard's Disciple's lifelink would be nice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you gonna do it? No? What they're telling me by not attacking with the Scurryfoot is that they do not have a trick, which means I'm safe to block the Pothole Mole. And pretty much they've confirmed, I think, that they do not have a trick in hand. So that's good information for us. I would feel a lot better about my turn if they would use their mana, though. Crash and burn the 3-1. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy to see that. Let's see, with 6 mana, we could just play out both of these and crew for a little bit, but I think I like gaining the life here. We don't need to do that just yet, though, but they are tapped out, so it's kind of, it is tempting to. It's late at night, and my decision-making is quite deteriorated, so I'm making my decisions very slowly. I apologize for that. This is going to be Lotus Guard Disciple. Give this Indestructible and lifelink. Crew. Okay, well, opponent also taking some time to think. And I know I could make these decisions a lot faster. It's just brain is working much slower than usual. We'll play out the Scurryfoot. There's no reason. I don't anticipate there's any reason not to, just for mana efficiency's sake. Cloudspire Captain is doing a great job of blocking. And it does make the collision course better next turn, if that is relevant. Oh, hello, Orion. Orion is back, guys. Fearless Swashbuckler with no vehicles. Yeah, they have revealed they don't have a trick. I'm happy to take 6 here. Now the Swashbuckler I will actually collision course on my turn. Because it does give vehicles haste, and if they get even this ability even once, then I don't like them having that amount of card advantage. I like lands too. I like lands. So we are going to not attack with the Veloheart Bike. We're going to collision course. The Fearless Swashbuckler, because that's the thing I am actually most scared of. Play the Beast Rider. We're just going to hit him for 2 in the air. Untap all of our creatures. Next turn we can exhaust the Scurryfoot and start attacking with that 3/3. But we can also just attack with the whole team because the Beast Rider. Oh, that is good. They can't do it this turn, but that is a very, very good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. So, if it's a land, and it is, we do have a double pump, which is pretty damn good. So, if I attack everything and they block and block, that doesn't work. They'd have to triple block the Beast Rider. So I think this is an attack all. Yeah, I think it is an attack all. And I think I'm going to... creatures. Okay, so actually the Veloheart Bike... for the Veloheart Bike to get the pump, I would need to activate this now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but then I don't want to attack with the Veloheart Bike anyway. So I'm just attacking like this. They got 1 card left in hand. I need to, because they're going to be pumping out 3/3s every turn. I've got to get him dead. Okay. Triple blocking the Beast Rider. Blocking the Scurryfoot. They're currently taking 6. Gets them down to 5. I put another 3/3 on the board, and I still have 2 in the air. Yeah, I think it's better to exhaust the Scurryfoot and then pump. The alternative is... yeah, especially now. If they're going to make another block, then it definitely is. So... we're going to... yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're taking the Scurryfoot off the table, and that's the key thing. Because we don't want them activating that every turn. But look, they're down to 8. Our creatures are a little better than theirs. Well, the Refueler is obviously nuts, but... we can attack with the Bike next turn, and then the Refueler doesn't have that good a block into it. It is a top deck war, though. These are going to keep getting bigger. Can I finish the game with my flyer? Okay, I'll take 4. And I think with 2 refuelers on the field, we are on the defensive with our creatures. Earth Rumbler is a great draw. So this is an attack, just like so. Earth Rumbler is a very decent draw. Puts them in an awkward spot. And they do not have good blocks into it. This can become a 5/6. So they could trade 1 big refueler for the Earth Rumbler. Block the 2... Like, they could block Earth Rumbler. So with our attack, basically we'd leave them with an Elvish refueler and a Pothole Mole. And we can attack with everything, I think. Yeah, if I attack with everything, then their best blocks would be double block the Earth Rumbler. Well, they must have drawn a trick. Yeah, they must have drawn a trick. Either way, I don't know what trick they could have found here, but we're gonna block like this here, this here, this here, and see what they got. If they have the first strike trick, again, like, I'm still fine with those trades. I don't know how they save more than 1 creature here. So we're just eating the Pothole Mole, and we're eating 1 refueler, and we might... We're trading with 1. Yeah, they might save another. I think we're fine with this. I do not think they had anything. That was a terrible attack. That was a really, really bad play. Boommobile dealing 7. Is that right? No, it deals 5. But then we're hitting them back for 7 anyway, if they deal with the Earth Rumbler, so we just win here. Right? They kill the Earth Rumbler. We have 5. We have 7 back on the swing. So yeah, okay. Good draw. It was not good enough. Honestly, guys, the deck is good. The deck is good. It's just we got pretty unlucky. But the deck is legit. Don't doubt that. Well, Spot Cycle Scouter I am not worried about. Gonna just play my links. 2 cards to the top. That must be nice. Yeah, I think we're just going to play out the links here. Like, they crew up, they attack, but we're still hitting back with a life linker. And we actually drew something that we can crew with. Would I trade the Spot Cycle Scouter for a Lynx? Not with this Fan Guardian in hand. So, just going to play the Leonin Surveyor this turn, and then we have Fan Guardian available next turn. Interesting. Well, I believe this is a Lotus Guard Disciple turn. Pretty comfortable just attacking with both. Like, they'd have to trade a trick for the Surveyor, which I'm fine with. What is this? Yeah, I mean, they must have a trick. Yeah, totally. We gain speed, we gain 2 life, we draw a card. We have Fan Guardian for next turn. We can keep attacking with our Glory Heath links. It's all good. Okay, love this. Again, they can't really race because we have this life linker. They do think they can block it here, but we know that they cannot. So we're just gonna mount, fire off our attack, draw our planes. They're gonna block. We're gonna play our combat trick. Gain 4 life. Feeling good. Swift Wing Assailant. Well, we'll play one of these planes. We have 6. So we're still just gonna crew up. I do want to attack. I don't... I want to see what the block is, because if I Ride's End something now, they can just crew. Wow, they took the damage. We got him. We got him, boys. And we're just going to pass a turn. Light Wheel enhancements. Well, now that 4 toughness is pretty relevant. So, planes. I guess I'm starting with Collision Course on the Flyer. They're going to Fang Guardian. Okay. So that is fine. Because all we're going to do is whack the Vigilance on here. I'm fine with trading the links off at this point, right? Yeah, I think it's gained us enough life. It's drawn us enough cards. There's no more planes to even fucking get. So, super happy to trade the links off now for the 2-2. Cool. Trade it for the Spot Skywill Scouter. That is fine too. We'll pass a turn. Yeah, we've drawn so many extra lands that we'll draw into our gas at any point. I'm happy to trade off creatures now. Rise from the Wreck. Well, I'm fine if they get these two back. It's not that good. Hopefully they just attack it. They didn't. I think that is pretty smart. Two cards to the top again. Whatever they scry to the top, I was not very impressed with it. That is a Chandra. And being able to hold up 3-2 with crew 1. Yeah, a 3-2 is great here.
I'm ready and set, so let's go. Rev 'em up. Push it to the limit.
Do I want to trade the 4-2 as well? No, let's hold the 4-2 to block. They're going to go frothing at the mouth to destroy this Chandra. So we can force them into a tricky spot. We can also crew the Veloheart Bike. Because we have all the mana that we need. But this is just going to make a 3-2 every turn. And they are going to be really desperate to kill the Chandra. We do have a Ride's End in hand, so we're in a pretty dominating spot. Yep, there it is. So we're going to... They're going to Ride's End my Veloheart Bike. Sure, I'm going to use the mana. I'm going to Ride's End their 4-2, keep my Chandra. And there is a Venom Sac Lagak.
Now that's a weird ride. Kick it into high gear.
Gonna hold the Fan Guardian back as another blocker. The 3 toughness is pretty relevant, so we're gonna whack that there. Draw a card with the Leonin Surveyor. Play this, cycle the Night Market. Perilous Snare. Exiles the Chandra.
I'm still gonna win. Somehow.
We do have Broken Wings. In the deck somewhere. Canyon Volta. Well, that's not bad here at all, really. Gonna just attack here because there's not really a reason not to. Plus, if they do have like an Elvish refueler, cool, rides end the token vehicle. Take 5? That's a bit mad. I would have definitely rides ended the 5-3. Okay, now we're in a little bit of trouble. Bit too much land. Well, I guess I'm attacking and I'm trading with the Swiftwing Assailant if they allow it. I'll trade with either of these creatures if they allow it. But they're so far off of speed. Yeah, they're so far off of max speed that I don't think we have to worry. We also are sitting at 30 life. So I think we've got 16 cards left. We will eventually draw Samut or our Broken Wings and destroy that Perilous Snare, get our Chandra back. We're just fine here. Did they splash for Zahor? Not sure that's right. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's good enough for just splashing. Still, they can't really attack because unless they have another thing to defend with, they're way off of speed, and this doesn't have vigilance yet. And yeah, I don't feel like they can attack, but don't know what's in their hand. Hopefully, it's just 2 lands, like we've got going on over here. Rise from the Wreck is a great draw. Neither of these cards are particularly good, though. Okay, scry 2 to the bottom. As a Cloudspire Captain. It ain't very good. But that 4 toughness is pretty nice. So would I trade this for the Spot Cycle Scouter? I would. I'd rather they have less resources. Like, this thing is going to be a 3-4, which is a much better power toughness balance against the creatures I know they have. Like, they're up to 2 speed. Necro Regent, okay. Earth Rumbler is excellent. They're going up to 3 speed, and then they have to contend with the Earth Rumbler. And our life total is so high. Unswerving Sloth also good. So we are gonna... I guess I don't really have an attack with the Cloudspire Captain. But it's still blocking fairly well, so we'll just do this. We have no way to get anything back anyway. Gonna double block it? Nope. They're gonna go down to 2. and they're gonna make a 2/2. But what is the last card in their hand? Do they survive this turn? I don't think so. So they have 6, 7, 8, 9 toughness on the board. Beast Rider is excellent. So we're just gonna do this. Activate the Beast Rider once. Use it to crew this. Cool. Honestly, we should have won that game much sooner. Okay, 2/2. Still not enough. I think this deck is pretty good. And I want more out of it. Going first, not a great hand. Feel like I've been saying that a lot, but I do think we have good 2 drops. We're just not starting the game with them is what it is. Sarcophagus. So I could collision course this thing. I don't need to do that. But do I want them to remove the Beast Rider? I know this seems really weird. I kind of want to play the Skyfoot, just destroy the Sarcophagus. No, I'm going to play the Veloheart Bike. Play the Skyfoot. And then let's think about making this trade, because keeping the black-red deck off of speed is pretty important. Do you know what? They can go to 2. They can go to 2. Engine Wrap, kickoff celebrations. Nothing too worrying there. Discard 2 lands is discard a land, sorry, is certainly nice for them. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing the Beast Rider. I think I'm just exhausting the Skyfoot this turn. Pact Altera is pretty sweet. We're going to collision course that. They're on 3 speed. No attacks. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right to collision course that thing. I'm pretty sure it's right to just attack and trade off with their creatures if they offer. Pretty sure it's right to play this. They might get to 4 speed here, but it is fine. Yep, there is the spin out. Could have crewed in response. Catalyzer, not too worrying. Was not surprised to see the spin out. Was not surprised at all. Do you know what? I'd love to see Samut at some point. Sometime. Would be nice. And now we're fully on the defensive. Although Samut would not be fantastic. I mean, it's an excellent blocker as well. Coldstoke, Gearhult. They get back my Beast Rider. It is going to hit me. And it's going to get exiled at the end. So. Do I need the Veloharp bike to keep them off of max speed? Honestly, I do think that is correct. I think I'm going to trade here, trade here. Oh, it has Menace. Balls. Okay. Then I'm just making this trade. All right. They are going to get their max speed. I'm going to kill the big Menace Death Touch creature. And keeping my Veloharp bike is nice because it does mean that the Chandra that we are about to put into play is actually good.
You're gonna wish you never raced Chandra Nalar.
Am I attacking with this? I think I'm not. I think I'm keeping this bike back to block. So we're gonna submit 0. We don't need to attack. We just need to defend Chandra. Curse Cloth Wrappings. Sick. Bring back the Catalyzer. Okay, so Chandra can start upticking, digging us closer to finding some relevant spells. Discard this land. Blocking the... Chump blocking the 4/4 does feel bad. But that's what we're going to do. Should have blocked with the vehicle. That is a misplay. We will discard a card. Sunbillow Verge. Okay, so Chandra is not sticking around. That's a shame. At least she gives us this, though.
No breaking till the end.
Hold the land. Yeah, again, opponent frothing at the mouth to take out the Chandra. And I can animate the Earth Rumbler here. And maybe the Earth Rumbler will be enough to finish them. Wow. Okay. Gonna eat this. So we're both drawing cards. We both got bombs that draw us a ton of cards. They drew my Glory Heath Lynx. Very well. Canyon Volta. Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Is it lethal? Let's discard a card. It can be lethal. It is a must-answer threat. And Lagak's not bad either, to be fair. Chandra's huge, by the way. Huge here. So we are going to crew up with the Canyon Volta. We could send the 3-2. That's not really doing anything.
Only direction I know is forward.
Let's just hit him for 7 in the air. And now we have him down to 7. They have nothing to get back with the Coalstoke Gear Hulk if they Curse Cloth Wrappings it. Well, that's good. Interesting. They're going for the Lagak. I think that was a mistake. I think they were supposed to take out the Canyon Volta. Because now they have 5 mana, 1 unknown card, 6 mana, 1 unknown card. I'm happy for Chandra to take 4. I don't need Chandra to win this game. I mean, I think I'm just going to do this. If they spend their turn killing the Chandra, we have a flying 7-6 coming at their face. They also, the regular 7-6 trample does the trick. They can get back their sarcophagus or something now. But yeah, if that is what they do, then we're going to win. So let's discard a card. Let's through with flying. Can you beat that? Trade off with the Gonti. I'd be happy to trade off with the Gonti as well. So we're just going to attack both. If they can remove the Earth Rumbler, then at least they're either down to 1 or we're trading with the Gonti. There's the Siphon Fuel. Siphon Fuel was a great spell for them to have there. That Siphon Fuel might just have been enough. Might. Because now they have Curse Cloth Wrappings, and if we can't finish the game quickly, they could grind us out. They top deck a second Gonti, of course. Double Gonti, Coalstoke Gear Hulk is a damn good deck. Still, at least they're not curse clothing anything. And at least Chandra is going to draw us another card here. So we've got 3 damage in the air. Daring Mechanic is not bad. Cloudspire Captain is 4 damage in the air. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. I'm on 10. I'm on 10. I think I'm supposed to make a vehicle here. If I do this, I'm not dead on the way back. Guess we could just send this. No. I've got to try and get him dead. Yeah, I've got to Canyon Volta this, hit them, survive the turn, and then... Oh, I didn't give it haste. Oh, I'm such a moron.
Kick it into high gear.
Oh, why did I do that? So I needed light wheel enhancements off the top. Otherwise, I think they are just going to run away with the Curse Cloth wrappings. So I think we were probably lost anyway. If it's light wheel enhancements off the top, then I just threw the game. That was absolutely daft, what I just did there. Attacking with the Gonti is weird as fuck. So this is an attack for... for 7? They have 2 mana. I guess they can play out like a walking sarcophagus and drain me for 1. Ugh. Take the 7. They draw 3 cards. Don't think I can do that. I think Chandra's going.
I'll be back after a pit stop.
I guess we'll never know if it was like light wheel enhancements on top. Even if it was, they would have had a blocker for it. So I think, yeah, I don't think we had a win there anyway, but still it was a dumb mistake to make. And that is a land. So that is the game. Well, there you have it, folks. A bad result, 2 and 3, with what I still feel was a very strong green-white deck. The colors never messed us up at all. Our fixing was good. The deck was solid. The curve was great. We didn't curve out too often. We didn't see Sam at once. We were a little light on removal, and I definitely would have liked a bit more removal. But honestly, I feel like the deck was strong. I just feel like every time I try and play green-white in this format, it underperforms. Even with what I believe was a pretty premium green-white deck with some powerful red splashes. Chandra was fantastic in that draft. Samet didn't show up. Yeah, what can I say? I've given it a try a couple of times, and it doesn't seem to be coming together. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's key pieces to the green-white decks that I'm not figuring out, or I'm not getting, or I haven't experimented with yet, but I'm kind of off green-white. I've been off it for a while, but this is the nail in the final nail in the coffin. I'm off green-white. We're far enough into the format that I'm just going to avoid the archetype. Anyway, if you liked this video, please like this video and subscribe and drop me a comment too. That is it from me, so I'm going to wrap it up. But I will catch you on the next episode of Operation W. Bye for now.